I did. Okay. Well, I'm very proud of our team. Thought we competed in the game extremely well in all three phases. And that was our challenge to, clean up the special team woes, because these guys were dangerous. Defense, I thought, played outstanding from the start to the finish. Offense, we had the great first drive, and then we had a good drive, and then we had the bad snaps there for a couple of times. We had to get the center situation worked out, and then we got going on offense, played very well, but the defense, I thought, was the story of the day, them and the special teams. I thought they really took the show. I thought they dominated from the start to the finish against some great skill guys now. Their receivers, quarterback, backs, they've got very, very explosive skill guys, do a great job, have a great scheme, and I thought our guys covered well. We rushed well, we pressured the quarterback, we hit him, we played great leverage on the football, tackled well. Very proud of the way our defense, our special teams covered. They had one little guy pop out there on one kick, but very proud of that the way they covered. Just extreme. Can you hear me? I didn't pay attention. I think we can fix this thing.
Did that last time.
Yeah, exactly. Extremely proud of them, and then the offense got going, and we scored and did the things we had to do. But we're 5-0. Still got a lot of spots that we got to clean up and fix, and we got to take this off week to get better. Get fundamentally better, work on some of our future opponents for some things we're going to do, and then get ready to go down the stretch and have a 7-game. We got 7 straight without an off week, and be very challenging. Got to rest up, take care of our bodies, and make good decisions on what we're doing. But proud of where we're at so far, and we've done what we're supposed to do, and putting ourselves in position to play some good ball games.
Jimbo, on the touchdown pass at the end of the third quarter, James comes over to the sideline. You had a look on your face, sort of like, what did he just do?
I was mad because he should have done something else. No, it was. It was. I mean, he thought he was a sack, and he spun out, and I mean, he just does it. He does as good a job of getting out of pressure once he gets out and finding guys down the field as he's eluding. He's still not, he's still getting away, and just his eyes, and he can transfer it from his eyes to what he sees to his hands and get the ball out of his hand. And it was a tremendous play. Just really, really.
Coach, when you have a team that scores 63 points on offense, you have a quarterback that throws 5 TDs, no interceptions, you use 3 quarterbacks, 2 kickers. Talk about how good this offense was.
It was good. It was good. It stuttered early, though. We had some moments early. They hit. We scored and had 2 drives and had the ball at midfield. And they hit a big play, got down to our territory. Our defense had a great stand. We was going to let them right back in the ball game. As good as we played on offense today, I still think the defense played better. I really do. I think the defense played better than we did on offense as far as that. And I thought special teams were outstanding. But on offense, we're explosive. We can make plays. We're making good decisions. We ran it. We mixed it. Got balls to different guys across the board. And that's the thing. You can't just rely on one guy or take away one guy. We get the ball to everybody, and very proud of it.
Jimbo, did that defense play with a chip on its shoulder after that?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you guys are competitors. They know what goes on. They know things that happen. I mean, they understand. I mean, and that's human. That's why I say some things are never as good. And like now, we're going to be world beaters. So things are never as good as they seem, or never as bad as they seem. They usually lie somewhere in between. Now, we got to remember why we've been good. We had and I'm going to tell you, we didn't practice as well the week before. We had a tremendous week of practice. It's amazing when you practice well, you play well. And that correlation, and we got to remember that, and how we prepare and how we do things, and it's just, and it's not ball, testing. You got a lot of schoolwork to do. You got to get your rest. You got to make sure you get your work. You can't get behind in your different things that go on, because that all affects how you play, because it drains you mentally. And how much extra studying you do when you get behind. Make sure you keep up with your schoolwork. Make sure you get your rest. Make sure you eliminate the clutter as far as you got to prioritize. I think this week we did a good job of that, and you can get away from that very easily at a young age, especially in college. And that affects winning and losing as much. We see the playing, but there's a lot of other things that affect it just as much as what goes on in the field.
Jimbo, do you want them to kind of enjoy this for a couple of days, or do you want them thinking about Clemson right now?
No, I want us to enjoy it for a day and move on to the next game. We're not thinking about Clemson. We're thinking about getting better this week. Our goal is not on Clemson right now. It's what we're going to do on practice on Tuesday. Get away, get caught up in your schoolwork, make sure you're getting your I's dotted, T's crossed, and make sure you're on top of your schoolwork. And then think about getting better and what we have to do on Tuesday, Wednesday's practice, Thursday's practice, and don't get caught up in the next game. That'll take care of itself. You have to prioritize and get better and control what you can control, and that's what you do daily.
After a game like this, though, are you almost kind of itching to hurry up and play the Clemson game?
No.
Or do you want that week off?
It's one game. Keep it in perspective. Keep it in perspective, heal up, play the game. That's what the schedule was, and get ready to play. That's the hand we dealt. We know it. Now we have to adjust to it and play.
How was the defense able to get a lot of those fast start, but also a lot of 3 and outs?
Well, I just think they had urgency. I think we played the run very well. We played blockers well. Our eye discipline was excellent. We kept our eyes, and this team here was harder to do it than the last team. I mean, a lot of motion, a lot of We know the zone reads and the pulls and the powers. Our eye discipline was excellent, which allowed us to make good decisions about what we were going to do, allowed us to play with our athleticism, and then we were physical and tackle well at the point of attack.
Jimbo, how big is it when Jacoby plays like that for you?
Oh, it's huge. All those guys, I mean, up front, man, when they can dictate like that, it makes a big difference.
Him especially, though. It seemed like there was a stretch there where he was...
He was that batting ball. I tell you, he bats more balls for a short guy than any guy I ever seen. I mean, he did before he got hurt. Remember, he used to tip him and intercept him. He's an athlete. Jacoby's not just a lineman. He's an athlete. I mean, he has skills. He can catch the ball, move around, and that's why we use him in the backfield on short yards. He can adjust his body. I mean, he's a good athlete.
So was there major improvement this week, or were you guys not that far away last week?
I don't think we were that far away last week, but and I say it's never as good as it seems, it's never as bad. It's just, man, sometimes a few inches here and there can be drastic. And then momentum of a game and things that go on and your focus, we were much more consistent. You know what I mean? And we had a chip on our shoulder, we had an edge, and we did what we had to do, and that's the way you got to play all the time. You cannot play that. I don't care who you play. You have to have the edge. That's why I always talk about Michael Jordan. You ever see that guy play without an edge? You ever see him practice without an edge? I say it all the time. That's the way, the mentality you have to have. And kids of today, because we're going to be the world beaters, okay? I mean, they get distracted. That old mentality, you got to stay in the moment and understand what's going on. You can't get caught up one way or the other. And you're always very close to success and you're very close to failure. You got to walk that line and do it every day.
How did Austin Barron do coming in?
Oh, very good. Very proud of Austin. And got settled in the game, a couple blocks. After we got him settled on what we were doing, I thought he did a great job. I was happy to get him in the ball game, and getting him back was critical.
One of those injuries Starks has, that's why you're not going to know about it for a few days.
Yeah, no, he actually got banged. He got dinged in the head. I think there might have been a concussion issue. He got dinged, and what happened? It happened in the series before. Remember, he had the 2 bad snaps. Right. He had him then. He didn't tell anybody or knew anything, and then got to checking on him, and all of a sudden said, figured it out. You know what I mean? Because and that cost us a drive, but that's not his fault. He's a tough son of a gun now. I'm gonna tell you now. He'll be back.
So what you're talking about, as good as the offense played, the defense played better, but your quarterback sometimes makes it pretty hard for them maybe to get the.
Well, yeah, because we give the quarterbacks all the glory and all the blame. I tell you all the time, and that's today's game, and it stands out to you. So, but proud of them from what they did, and he does. It's hard when your quarterback does that. It's going to take attention.
He seems to make a play like he did when he spun away and threw another touchdown pass today that he does once a game. I mean, there are very few athletes that seem to do that.
I'm not against it. But there's some things early. I thought he could have taken some other balls down that I wish he could have taken earlier and did some things. I mean, he's still work in progress, and he knows it, and he's his own self-worth critic now. I mean, he's tough on himself.
What does Terrence Smith give you guys? You guys get him?
Athleticism, size, Christian playing on the end, being athletic and rushing. He got length just like Christian, and very natural reader. And Reggie Northrup, I thought, did some nice things in there. Those young linebackers. So we're still tweaking and turning things and doing what we can do.
Do you think Christian Jones is more comfortable on the edge?
I think so. I really do. He can play in there, but I think he's very, very natural out there. But last year he was in there too. He wasn't on the edge.
Hey, we have 2 minutes, so Coach has to be the radio.
Yeah.
Jimbo,
I also like to say a special thank you, guys. The Seminole tribe back here in the back. They're back there taking a picture. It's great to have y'all here. Thank you. Hey, you guys got to be here every week now. You can't ever leave. We play like this. You got to be everywhere we go. We got to take them.
it's one thing to talk about how grounded Jameis is, being his own, biggest critic, but as this thing starts to build and he plays like this more, how do you?
He'll stay the same. Talk to him the same way. It's like I said, when you want to get better, you go work and do better. You get better. If you don't want to do as well, don't work as hard. And you tell him the same things you tell him every day. And you got to hope he believes you, which I think he does, and he understands the big picture and eliminates the clutter outside that doesn't matter.
I hate to say the word
2 questions.
But when does that start to factor into the conversation?
When we keep winning games. The Heisman's turned into the guy who wins the most team, has the most games, and is the best player on the team. Isn't that kind of how it's win a little bit? Yeah. And we have to keep having success. We just got to play well and keep doing what we do. Don't worry about that.
What is the big picture for him? I mean, you said big picture. What is that in your mind?
To be the team leader, to do what this team needs to do for us to be successful, to practice hard, to get on guys when they don't practice hard, to prepare well, to lead, to do a great job off the field, on the field, be the face of this organization. And you don't have to do anything spectacular. Just be yourself and do what's right every day. And there's nothing hard about it.
Coach,
there's no secret. He has to keep doing more.
Devonta was big for you in that first half, both running and catching the ball.
Oh, catching the ball out of the backfield. Yeah, and we got the backs got the ball out of the backfield, and we were finding those reads and the quarterback and getting those guys out in space. Whether you block for them or throw it to them, they can make plays. Made some guys miss and had some great yak yards.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.